In this video, we're going to talk about one of those things that makes Maestro go from great to amazing, and that's involvements. Involvements are really a way to add a tag or a custom field, if you will, to contacts, businesses, and properties. So now we're able to not only have a lot more information about them when we look at their profile, but we're able to use those as filters to generate very specific lists and get reporting back on the things that we're putting into the system. So with involvements, we always start with our hammer and wrench, and you'll see we've got a whole section here for involvements. You always want to start with the categories, and these are the bigger, broader picture things. So these are the biggest bucket possible, if you will, that everything's going to fall under. So these are more almost function. So what are the volunteer opportunities? What are the sponsorship opportunities? What are the things that are associated with properties or the awards? And you'll see when we get to a specific profile how things kind of tier or fall under there. But you want your categories to be very big, very broad, so that you can put multiple things into that particular category. Then when you go to our involvements is where you start to get a little bit more specific. Now you'll see that none of these have a date. And when we get to the profile, you'll see that we actually have the ability to add a date as well as a note to each one of these as we're adding it to the profile. And so you want to have things that will be year after year. And so, our Blues in the District sponsorships here, those are going to go year in, year out. Now the value may change, but chances are the title is not going to change. The corporate sponsor is going to be the corporate sponsorship year in and year out. The board of directors is another great example. That's going to be the same year in and year out. And we want to just add that particular year when we're in the profile. So these are the awards for the district, any of those types of things. You'll see even we've got an architectural style, and I'll show you here in a second how something like architectural style can work on a particular property. So when we're talking about the involvements, we're going to go ahead and go to a profile here, and we'll see when we're adding these profiles, you have the ability to add a year and a note. So that one executive board profile, we can now get very specific in the contact itself to say, here's where they are, what year they're volunteering, and what role on the board they are. So now when I go to run a report or pull a list of everybody that's ever been on the executive board, they will show up once, but I can get very specific and say, okay, I want just the 2012 board of directors or just the 14 board of directors. And it allows me to get very, very specific through those notes and the dates. So maybe we've got a new sponsorship, maybe Brett is going to be a song sponsor this year, so we will go ahead and add that. There's no note required, but we'll go ahead and add that. Now you can see the volunteer, the category, and everything that's falling under there, the awards and the things that are falling under there. Same with the sponsorships. So this is where those categories come in, and you can see we've got multiple things that fall underneath that particular bucket. Now let's go to a particular property here, and we'll see that architectural style, even though it says date, we can actually put in any text field. So this is great for architectural style. We don't have to put in Mediterranean Revival architectural style or Art Deco architectural style. We can just put in architectural style as the involvement and utilize that date field to put in all of the various types. And then when we search, we can get a list of everything, or we can filter down and get very specific to all of those with a Mediterranean Revival, all of those with an Art Deco, and what have you. Again, really great opportunity to utilize these custom tagging fields, or this involvement tags, to get as much data as possible about any contact, business, or property. It really will make your data kind of come alive and give you a lot more opportunities in the advanced search. And if you haven't watched that tutorial, I'd certainly encourage you to do so. But it's a really great opportunity to take that data and really bring it to new life and get rid of all of those spreadsheets with all of the different lists and put everything in so that you can get a comprehensive view of every contact, business, or property within your district. Now, if you've got questions about this or anything else with Maestro, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We're always happy to help and eager to hear from our Maestro community.